Tiger Woods is set to return to the United States after completing treatment. I'll put a link to this article in the description for the video. Tiger Woods may be preparing to return to the United States after completing an intensive 90-day treatment program at a rehab clinic in Switzerland. Flight tracking data shared by @TW Legion suggests the golf legend's private jet landed in Zurich on Thursday, with the 15-time major winner expected to return home shortly. Woods has been receiving treatment since early April after getting approval from a judge to leave the country after he was arrested on charges of driving under the influence. So, a couple of things here. First of all, with regards to his criminal case, and I've talked about this quite a bit. Yeah, when I was a prosecutor, I used to file these cases, right? These DUIs. I'm also familiar with Tiger's lawyer, Doug Duncan, who, in my opinion, is one of the finest lawyers I've ever met. Just a really, really fabulous lawyer. But this case against Tiger in my opinion, there's just no evidence. I know that sounds weird because, well, he was arrested, so he must have done something wrong. But there's literally no evidence of impairment. But I don't get to make the filing decisions anymore like I used to when I was a prosecutor. So we'll have to see where that case goes. But what's interesting about this article, and it says it right here, Tiger Woods may be preparing to return to the United States after completing an intensive 90-day treatment program at a rehab clinic in Switzerland. Why is that important? Well, because we know from experience, and statistically speaking, I believe this is supported by the evidence, that if you can keep somebody in recovery for a year, they have a great chance to maintain recovery for the rest of their life. Well, so where's the 90 days kicking in? Because we tell every family when we're dealing with a substance use case, like potentially Tiger, that the process starts with doing 90 to 180 days of treatment. So I'm not on the inside, so I don't know exactly what's going on with Tiger, but he started 90 days. Let's say he comes back. I would suspect he's going to do more treatment. He's going to need to. That's the way it works, right? He's going to need to be in recovery for at least a year. So he's already did 90 days, right? So one of the statutes that we use to put people into treatment who, unlike Tiger, cannot make the decision to go, and maybe Tiger was motivated by the fact that he has a pending criminal case, right? What we tell families is it starts with doing at least 90 days of treatment, okay? And so when families call us and say, I just want to do 30 days, my team is going to tell you that's probably not going to work. We just know from experience, it's just not enough time. So even Tiger's doing 90 days, right? And I'm sure he's going to follow up with some aftercare. I'm sure Doug's going to tell you, listen, you got to do more treatment here so that we can keep you in the game, right? I mean literally and figuratively speaking. So I'm interested to hear what your thoughts are. Do you have a loved one that's not going to go to treatment? If you're tired of that chaos, or they go to treatment and don't stay and they bounce around and they go through what I call the honeymoon phase. And what I mean by that is they go to treatment, they're there for a week, 10 days, and then the hard work starts and they bounce, right? They leave. Those are the kinds of issues that we see, right? When dealing with families who've got a loved one, who maybe it's pain pills, maybe it's kratom, maybe it's marijuana, maybe it's alcohol, maybe there's an ongoing mental health issue. These days, we see a lot of that driven by this new legalized marijuana. So if you're tired of the chaos and you want a different outcome, we'd like to have a conversation with you. And, please feel free to post in the comments too. I'm interested to hear your thoughts on this. And if you have any comments, about Tiger's criminal case, hey, post. I always enjoy having a conversation about, some of the criminal cases that I used to handle as both a prosecutor and a defense attorney. If there's an issue going on in your family and I've not made a video about it, let me know. Post in the comments. I will make you a video because, well, if the issue is affecting your family, I'm sure it's affecting somebody else's, and this content is about getting you information. With regards to substance use, one of the wonderful tools that we use here in Florida is the Marchman Act, a statute that is unique to Florida. There's literally nothing else like it anywhere in the country. And if you click on the link in the description for the video, you'll find a link to our brand new book, all about the Marchman Act. Okay, it's 9 chapters. There's reading content, there's video content. You click on the link, you give us your name, you give us your email address, and we will send you the book for free. Okay, we made it so you can get the information about the Marchman Act. If you like this content, please give us a thumbs up. Helps with the Google algorithm. And if you want more of this content that I make every day, please subscribe to the channel. With that said, thanks for tuning in. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.